As age 23 on the Business Watch, when it comes to getting a job, sometimes what you leave off your resume is just as important as what you put on it. Lewis Douglas from Kavaliro joins us now to talk more about those things, the things you should never put on your resume. First, let's talk about outrageous fonts and colors. Please tell me.
Well, you know, the thing about outrageous fonts and colors is a lot of people have been instructed by maybe, their college professors or career counselors. This will make them stand out. But in turn, it's actually sometimes hard to follow and really distracting. So best thing to do is just to keep it simple fonts. Basic Arial is a good one, and just put your experiences there.
Now, this is something that really blows my mind. People putting like their kind of personal, like not just your name.lastname@gmail or whatever service, but like their cutie patootie at Gmail. Like I don't. I'm still having a hard time with those.
You and me both. And we see this all the time. We see an influx of resumes, and the main thing to think about is keeping your personal life and your professional life completely separate. So my advice is just to have something simple. Your first and last name at yahoo.com, gmail.com, something like that. Maybe a sequence of numbers if it's already used, but definitely nothing like baby got back at yahoo.com. We see it all.
Wow, okay. See, it's hard to recover from baby got back at gmail.com. But moving on, I have to ask, now, what do you put on your resume then? If you avoid the personal stuff, no hobbies, no exercising on the weekends, none of that stuff, no personal, keep it all professional, so what do you put on the resume?
Good question, Kirsten. The best thing to put in your resume is keeping in mind that your resume is just a quick synopsis of your experience in chronological order. So putting your name, putting a good contact information, a professional email address, and then your education, and then a chronological timeline of your experiences. Strong bullet points of the things that you've done, that'll lead into, do we want to move forward with this person because they have the experience that's necessary for the job, which will in turn lead to an interview. On the interview, then you can go into more detail about those bullet points, but make sure those bullet points are strong.
Now, typical cliche question, but everyone needs the answer is, what do you do to make yourself stand out on a resume? I mean, you have a pile of resumes on this HR stack. What makes you different?
Well, just your experience and your education. I mean, really punching in on those heavy-hitting things. And I mean, a lot of times, most people don't know that, you may have to alter your resume depending on the type of position. You're not going to hit everything with just one resume. So look at the job description, pull out the things that, that are your experiences and some of the things